Good morning, children. Back to our lesson, chapter 2, Nani's walk to the park. In the previous class, we got to know about Nani's adventure. That is, Nani, once a week, she plans to go to the park. She wants to visit to the park. And this time, her grandson Venki wants to go with her. So both Nani and Venki go out. Where are they going? They are going towards the park. From the house till they reach the park, they come across so many places, different incidents, different pets, and it becomes like an adventure for Venki. So the lesson, chapter 2, Nani's walk to the park. So Nani, once a week, she plans to walk to the park. So this time, Venki wants to go with her. So Nani says that she cannot walk fast because of her age, because she is old and she is unable to walk fast. So Venki, like an obedient child, he goes with Nani. So now from the house when they start, where all they go, what all happens till they reach the park. So this is a adventure for Venki because for the first time he is going out with Nani. For the first time he is going out with Nani. Now, as they come out of their house, both Nani and Venki, the first place where they go through a lane, which Granny has named the lane as the lane of treasure. So Nani, she carries a shopping bag and along with Venki, she starts walking towards the park. The first place that they come across is the lane of treasure. In the lane of treasure, there are shops which has all the required stuff. That is, whatever you want to buy from the shop, it is available in the lane of treasure. The lane of treasure. So Venki says, what a wonderful name for the market. So Granny tells him, the shops here, they sell everything. Then Nani, she does her shopping there in the lane of treasure and they proceed further. So Venki is asking Nani, shall we take a shortcut to the park? But Nani refuses. She denies. She refuses. She says, no, we will not take a shortcut. I will take you from a different route to the park. Then Nani, she takes him through the lane of beauty. The first lane was the lane of treasure, where there are shops. The shops they sell everything. The second lane where they come or they enter in is the lane of beauty. In the lane of beauty, there people stitch amazing blankets made out of homemade cloth. In local language, we call it as godris. It is called as godris. So, people stitch their amazing blankets, homemade blankets used from old clothes. So, one lady comes and gives Nani a Godri in which Venki sees a piece of her favorite sari. Whose sari? Nani's sari, and a bit of his mother's kurta's cloth. After that, Venki is asking Granny, shall we go to the park now? Venki is very excited to go to the park because he wants to go and play there. So he is asking Granny, shall we go to the park now? Yes, says Nani, but we'll take the lane of happiness. Now they enter the third lane. Now they enter the third lane. The third lane is named as the lane of happiness. Children, do you remember in the lane of treasure, Grandma did some shopping. What was that? We'll come to know now. So next they enter the lane of happiness. Once they enter there, Grandma says, come, come. She says, come, come. The minute she says, come, come, there are cats and dogs coming, running from all directions. So when Granny says, come, come, cats and dogs from different places, they come running towards her. And what does she give them? She pours milk that she had brought from the lane of treasure. And within no time, those pets, that is cat and dogs, they lick their bowls clean. They finish up the milk given by Granny. Now, Venki doesn't want to leave the lane of happiness. But Nani reminds him that they are on their way to the park. So next, Nani and Venki, they walk through a lane behind the school. They go through a lane which goes through behind the school. The children are playing there different types of games. The children over there are playing different types of games like Lagdi, Lagori and Sakli. So Venki is asking, is this the lane of noise? He's asking it to Granny. So Granny says, no, it's the lane of mischief. So now they are in the lane of mischief. It reminds me of you and your friends. So Granny is telling Venki, it reminds me of you and your friends. Because children were playing, shouting, screaming, yelling, they were enjoying. So grandmother, Granny or Nani remembers Venki with his friends. Have you named all the lanes in the city? Venki is asking Granny. Have you named all the lanes in the city? So what does Granny say? She says, not all. Granny smiles and she says, not all. Only the ones that are important to me. She says, no, only the ones that are important to me. The park is not far now, but you will have to be a little patient. So Granny is telling, Nani is telling Venki, the park is not very far, but you have to be a little patient. I want to stop at the lane of friendship. So now Nani is taking Venki to the lane of friendship. In the lane of friendship, Nani visits her dear friend. In the lane of friendship, Nani visits her dear friend. They were girls together and they have grown old together. They whisper and giggle. So Nani goes to the lane of friendship and she meets her old friend and they both share their feelings there. They hug each other and they sit and talk there for some time. Then Nani gives her friend a hug and says, it's time to leave. We'll now walk through the lane of dreams. So after meeting her friend in the lane of friendship, Nani starts walking ahead through the lane of dreams. The Lane of Dreams has more books than Winky's school library. The Lane of Dreams has more books than Winky's school library. The bookseller sells old books for very little money and buys the ones that people have finished reading. So you can say that in the Lane of Dreams there is a small library where you get old books at less rate or reasonable rate. Nani chooses a book and says, "Let's go. We are almost at the park now." So Nani goes and she purchased a book from the Lane of Dreams from the bookseller, and she tells Venki, "Now we have almost reached the park." And they walk down the lane of magic. And they walk down towards the lane of magic. Venki looks up at the big trees that offer shade and feels a cool breeze. Nani shows him Gulmohar, Amaldas, and Jarur trees. At last, they reach the park. It has been a long time since they left home. Venki looks around and thinks of all the people and places he has seen that morning. So for Venki, it was like an adventure walking with Granny in to the park. But before they could reach the park, he went through so many places. And he learned so many things from Granny, and he was so happy. "I like your lanes, Nani," he says. "I like your lanes, Nani," he says. "May I come with you next week too?" So Venki is so impressed by Nani and the way she deals with people and she greets people and how she feeds the stray pets, that is, the cat and dogs, and how she is communicating with people. He was so happy. He is telling Nani, he's asking Nani for permission. He tells, "I like your lanes, Nani," he says. "May I come with you next week too?" So now Becky wants to come with Nani every week because he has learned so many things. He has seen so many things. It was a learning experience for him, and he considers it as an adventure. So this is all about Nani's walk to the park. Nani's walk to the park. Now we will complete the textbook work. Open page number 10. Page number 10. Page number 10, word-wise collocations. Page number 10, word-wise collocations. Now read this sentence from the story. In the lane of friendship, Nani visits her dear friend. In the lane of friendship, Nani visits her dear friend. Why do you think we always say dear friend and not favorite friend? In English, we have been using certain word combinations for ages, and they are treated as a rule. Yes, such fixed word combinations are called collocations. Yes, now we are going to solve one exercise. We are going to learn about collocations. What are collocations? In English, we have been using certain word combinations for ages, and they are treated as a rule. Such fixed word combinations are called collocations. Now look at some more collocations. Samira made a large mistake. Samira made a big mistake. See the difference in both the sentences. The first sentence says, Samira made a large mistake, which is wrong. Which is wrong. The right one is Samira made a big mistake. It is already there in your textbook, child. Pay attention. When you have to write, I will tell you where to write. Just pay attention now. Samira made a large mistake is a wrong statement. The right statement is Samira made a big mistake, which is, you can see there the sign of cross is put and the sign of tick is given. The second one, thick rain drowned the road. Thick rain drowned the road, which is wrong. The right one is heavy rain drowned the road. So in the same way, we have to complete the exercise that is given in your textbook. That is, we never say large mistake because it does not sound natural. Big mistake sounds correct. In the same way, heavy rain sounds correct and not thick rain. Page number 10. Choose words from the box to form collocations and fill in the blanks. Below that, there is a clue box there. There are 5 words. There are 5 words given there. You have to choose the right word and write in the space given there. There is a dash given there. Now take your pencil and listen carefully, and when I ask you to write it in your textbook. The cute baby with curly dash was playing. The cute baby with curly dash was playing. Hair. The cute baby with curly hair, like hair. H-A-R-R. The cute baby with curly hair was playing with her brother. Children, write in the first column H-A-R-R. Curly hair. Second one, the winding dash took us to the hill. The winding dash took us to the hill. So the answer is the winding road. The winding road. R-O-A-D. The winding road took us to the hills. Third one, Isha got a shower of dash for her dance performance in the final round. Isha got a shower of dash for her dance performance in the final round. The third dash is praises. P-R-A-I-S-E-S. P-R-A-I-S-E-S. Praises. Isha got a shower of praises for her dance performance in the final round. Fourth one on page number 11. Fourth one, David prepared some tasty dash for lunch. David prepared some tasty curry for the lunch. And the fifth one, Mr. Das Gupta, the sales person at the bookstore, has a loud dash. Miss loud voice. VOICE voice. VOICE voice. So this is all about collocations. What we have done on page number 10 and page number 11. Now, grammar wise, under that we go to collective nouns. Go to page number 12, children. Page number 12. Page number 12. Collective nouns. You have already learned about nouns, proper nouns, collective nouns in standard 1 and 2. Okay? When we are doing the grammar book, we will study there in detail. But today, what is given in the textbook, we will complete the textbook work. Collective nouns. I saw a litter of puppies last evening. The plane flew over a range of mountains. I can see a crowd of people on the corner of the street. Now, the highlighted words in the above sentences are collective. The words that are highlighted in red are called as collective nouns. Now, the words litter, range, and crowd are collective nouns used for groups of like puppies animals, mountain, thing, and people, that is persons. So we call it as collective nouns. Now what are collective nouns? Collective nouns are used to show a group or a collection of persons, animals, and things. Now there are few examples given here. A herd of elephants, a class of students, a bouquet of flowers, a library of books, a crew of sailors, an army of soldiers. So these are all collective nouns. So on page number 12, choose appropriate collective nouns from the box and fill in the blanks. First one, a dash of thieves robbed the bank. There's a clue box given. There are clue words given. You have to choose the right word, right collective noun, and write in the space given. A dash of thieves robbed the bank. A gang of thieves robbed the bank. Write the word gang in the first space. A gang of thieves robbed the bank. Second one, please put the dash of grapes in the fruit basket. Please put the dash of grapes in the fruit basket. We have to choose the word from the clue box. Please put the bunch of grapes in the fruit basket. Third one, the dash of players held the trophy. The dash of players held the team. The third answer is team. The team of players held the trophy. Fourth one, there is a dash of trees behind our school. There is a dash of trees behind our school. So the fourth answer is garden. The fourth answer is garden. Fifth one, the dash of musicians played great music. The dash of musicians played great music. Band. B-A-N-D, band. The band of musicians played great music. Sixth one, he was passing by the forest when a dash of bees attacked him. He was passing by the forest when a dash of bees attacked him. Swan, swan, S-W-A-R-N. Yes? Now the next part, gender nouns. The king and the queen attended the wedding. My brother, sister, and I have formed a theatre group. The nouns king and brother are used for males and they are in the masculine gender The nouns queen and sister are used for females and are in the feminine gender. Yes? Complete the table by filling in the missing gender. This is for your homework. HW. You have to do it in the next class. I will discuss with you. Right? The last part in your textbook is countable and uncountable nouns. Things which you can count and things which you cannot count. Things which you can count are called as countable nouns and things which you cannot count are called as uncountable nouns. We can count boxes and cupboards and express these words in singular and plural forms. Nouns that can be counted are called as countable nouns. Now, like we can say one box, two box, one cupboard, two cupboard, you can count them. So they are called as countable nouns. Next one, water, honey, milk, you cannot count them. So we do not say one water or four water, one honey or five honey because we cannot count them. We don't express them in singular and plural forms. So the nouns that cannot be counted are called as uncountable nouns. They're called as uncountable nouns. Now, page number 14, exercise C, tick the countable nouns and cross the uncountable nouns. Hen. Can you count, children? Put a tick in the box given there. Salt. Can you count? Can you count? Put a cross there. Put a cross there. Honey. Can you count? Sorry. Money. Can you count? Can you count money? Yes. Put a tick for money. Bag. That bag. Tick. Rice. Can you count rice? Yes. Cross. Rice. Cross. Table. Count table. Window. Window. Put a tick. Sugar. Sugar, uncountable, that is cross. So this is all about your lesson. Nani's walk to the park along with the textbook work. And I gave you one page, that is page number 13, exercise B, that is